There you go.
Hello.
Yay. So, Bibi, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good as well. Thank you so much for asking. So, thank you so much for being here at the show. That's really cool. I know that it was kind of a last minute, but we made it happen. That's important.
Made it work.
So, before we start, I have to give you an epic welcome to the show. If you have watched some of my episodes, you know what I'm talking about. If not, let me just show you right now. Here we go. This is my favorite part. Love it.
That was brilliant.
Love it. So, now starting with the whole interview here. Tell me, how does your passion for acting started?
So it's such a generic answer, but I was always just really into it ever since I was a kid. And I think it kind of seemed like one of those phases where I was like, I want to be an actor, but a phase I never really grew out of. So I don't know where it kind of like really started. It was always something that I just latched onto. I used to watch a lot of like Audrey Hepburn films, and I'd always be like, I just want to be her. So I think maybe part of that could have fueled my want to be an actor. But maybe I just love attention. Maybe that's all it is.
Maybe, but it's good.
Good attention,
right? Now,
yeah.
in 2017, you were in a short movie called Rose. You played as Alice. Tell me about your character, and was it like was that film the first time you were in a film project?
Yeah, that was like at the very beginning of when I first got into acting properly and like really went full force.
Yeah.
And it was a student film, and it was quite it was very dramatic, and there was a big breakdown crying scene from the character. So it was just throwing myself into the deep end really, which was a good thing, I'd say. It sort of got me figuring out how I was going to be able to do that, working with other actors and sets. So that was really good. It's all a bit of a blur now, because I think it's like, God, 2017. Yeah, it's definitely a blur, but
yeah.
I'm scared to watch it back, because I wonder if I'm just going to really like judge it.
Yeah.
As in judge me.
Yeah, I get it. I do believe, right, that whenever we watch like our first steps and whatever we're doing something, if we watch them back, we will be like a little bit, cringe, like, why did I say that, or why did I did that? You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh,
of course. Especially with your younger self, you always get so kind of like, why was I like that?
Yeah, totally. And I wondered, like how did you felt? I mean, once that project was over and you pretty much made it, like, how was that feeling? It was
a mixture of like, I felt really good that I'd done it, but also there's something so strange about, I think watching yourself back when you've done it for a while, you're kind of like, you're not surprised anymore, you know how you look, you know how you sound, you know how you act. But because it was kind of one of the first times, I was very like, well, I didn't know I looked like that, and I didn't know that's how I sound. It was just a real like shock. And then I think I got very much in my own head about like, obsessing about myself and not seeing the full picture. But I guess you do that when you're young, don't you? So yeah. But it was good. It was definitely like good to kind of warm myself into it, I'd say.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And has it happened to you that when they say 2017, 2018 or 2015, you feel like it was yesterday, like it was just like a couple of days ago? Like how fast time goes, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Sometimes. Like I feel kind of like school wasn't very long ago, when actually it was like 6 years, which is insane. So yeah, sometimes, but then at the same time, a lot of things do feel quite far away. So I don't know. Also, I feel like time is quite slow when you're in your teens, but gradually like it's starting to speed up a bit more. Like I've accepted the fact that a year is just not a long time.
Yeah, true. It is actually.
I've come to peace with it.
Yeah.
What's it like for you? Do you feel like
Yeah,
Like you look back on 5 years time and you feel like that's yesterday.
yeah, I do feel like time has gone, like, especially like the past 6, 7 years, that yeah, it's just, yeah, like whenever I get the chance to kind of stop and to realize like how many years have happened and how many things I've done and everything, you get this feeling like, oh my god, like the time is really, like the other day I was talking with a friend of mine, and we were talking about our days in high school, right? Yeah, like we did this, and I was like, yeah, that was really good, like really good times, right? And then he was like, dude, that was almost 10 years ago. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And then he was like, yeah, almost 10 years ago. And I was, no, like when they tell you that, like it really hit me, because I was, oh my god, yeah, it's true. It's almost 10 years. So yeah, it's like one of those moments, and I do agree with you. Like whenever they would say like you will have to wait like a year or something, you just don't see it as, oh my god, 1 year. You see it like, okay, and the moment you realize it's already a year. So
yeah, that's so true. 10 years as well. That's crazy. And also like with the pandemic and stuff, that's obviously been like, because every day was the same for most people, that went by like so quickly. So I guess I feel like my antidote to slowing down time is just like it's easier said than done, but like trying to do different things every day, or like seeing different things every day, which I guess is like, I don't know if it's for you, because you interview lots of different people, so that's always like there's different things going on. And then with acting, I'm able to go to like different locations and meet different people, and that always really, that makes the days seem like they're quite full and long. If that makes sense.
Absolutely, yeah. So in 2019 you were in several projects, such as A Journey to Rome, Braids, Rupert, and Rupert, When Fate Calls. Now tell me, what are some of the things that you enjoyed about those projects?
Ooh, they were all so different. So A Journey to Rome was a documentary, and it was about like an epic poem, and it was talking about it was kind of the history of Rome, but more the history of the poem. And it was kind of fantastical about like goddesses. So that was like really cool. It was just essentially me just being educated for the whole time whilst learning the script, and also getting to just hang out in Rome, which was really cool.
That's epic.
The other, so Braids was something I just absolutely loved, and I'm still working with the team today who are like, so Braids was a student film in Met Film School, and they were just like so beyond their years, and they did so well with the fact that it was basically the first film they'd properly made and like had funding. And we all stayed in touch, and we're looking to do some more projects in the future, so that was great. That was so good. And again, that was kind of when I was more starting out, so they were like really patient with me when I was kind of still learning the ropes.
Absolutely.
And Rupert is hilarious, because so it's this amazing feature film, and I literally have 3 lines in a really bad Scandinavian accent, and that's it really. That was my big first role in a feature film.
That's so cool. And how you usually prepare for a character? Like what is like how you will get yourself like involved into the character? Or...
it's sort of I feel like the process has changed over time, and my process now is I'll do like a lot of homework in terms of figure out what happens in the script. I'll do my arc, what the character goes through, and also that's mainly just like a logistical thing. So if you have to shoot scene, like the end scene, you can figure out what the scene was before. So that's quite good to just know that and be prepared. And then I also like have this list of questions that you wouldn't necessarily find out from the script. So you could ask yourself, what's your character's biggest fear, or how does your character feel when they look in the mirror? And really like doing this deep dive into how just all these random things that you're never going to really see on the surface.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, just to, and also to kind of like, in a weird way, bond with your character, which sounds kind of strange, almost like they're a separate person.
Yeah.
And yeah, kind of blending parts of yourself with parts of what character you're given, what's in the script.
Absolutely. And I think that the whole process that you're pretty much transforming your character, I mean, that you are going to another kind of world, you know, the world of the character that you will play, that must be like really interesting.
Oh yeah, it always is. It always is. And sometimes, you know, when you really love a project, you end up kind of missing that world and missing the character, which is such a weird feeling, which is something I've only really experienced in the past, like 2 years, I'd say, when I've been part of projects where, you know, we've been around each other for a long time and we've gotten really close to the characters and close to each other, that the second you leave that world, you're like, oh no, what do I do with myself? You know, you're back to reality. It's really weird. So, yeah.
And is there any specific type of characters that you enjoy the most to play?
You know, it's strange because I love having the variety of, I guess most actors would say this, the variety of, you work on one character and in one genre, like comedy, but then you also get that like urge to sort of go and do like a really serious drama, and then you know, you kind of really want that mix. So I'd never, there's not, I enjoy them all in like really different ways, and yeah, I mean, comedy is just fun because it's just a good time. And then the drama is also really good because you really, you know, you get all the intense acting scenes and you get to really connect with your other character and your other actors. So yeah, I wouldn't say that there's one that I'm like, I love them all.
That's good.
Very basic answer, sorry.
Now, during 2020 and this year, you've been in more projects such as 10 p.m., Dad, Push, Deadly Perfect, Giddy, Stratospheres, Purgatory, Trust, Open Mic. Now, also tell me about the, like your characters from those projects.
Ooh, where to begin? So I'm in Trust, where I'm actually with the director now. Say hi. So Trust is a series that's out on, so the first episode's on Amazon Prime, and it's essentially like, it's a crime drama, and I play this detective she's like obsessed with this case where she's really obsessed with this gang that kind of basically run the underbelly of London. And yeah, it was so good to play, and like the other actors were just amazing, and they were so like just lovely people and really worked hard, and the whole environment was great. And yeah, I'm so excited. So it's the second episode's coming out soon, which is I'm very excited for. So that all feels like it's really sort of like new, and that's so I'm looking forward to that. And then what were the other ones I've forgotten? You mentioned
Deadly Perfect, Dad, 10 p.m., Push, Trust, Open Mic.
Yeah, Open Mic was another one that I did like years ago. That was my kind of breaking into the industry. And that was really, really nice. That was like a comedy. And one of the actors that I met on that set, I met him very recently for a project that I'm doing next week. So we were like, oh my God, you know, always. That's so cool. Yeah, I feel like the circle is a lot smaller than you think it is until you start seeing the same people and you're like, oh, wow. Yeah. So, yeah, that's really nice. And yeah, it's Purgatory. So that was such an amazing experience because I was able to live in Armenia for a couple of months, and a place that I didn't know anything about, a place I never thought I'd really go to or experience. And yeah, it was so eye-opening, and I really learned a lot, and it was amazing living away from London for that long, really.
Yeah,
in such a different part of the world. So yeah, although the pandemic hit just as we were like nearing the end of finishing the season, so that was slightly terrifying, but it's all smooth sailing now. But yeah, Yeah, so no, I'm really, really lucky with the projects I've been able to work on and the people. So
Yeah, that's amazing. And I think like the whole experience is right that you get the chance to get and to discover like new places. I mean, in this case, that you travel.
mm,
I mean, but that at the end of the day, you will get like you will have that experience forever, you know. And I think that is like one of
yeah,
the cool things of being an actor, that you can like explore different personalities through through your characters and discover new places and stuff like that. That's really cool.
yeah, definitely. No, I feel like travel is the best way to just learn and like
Yeah, I agree.
it sounds so pretentious, but yeah,
No,
I think it's the
but it
best
is
way to
true
get
though.
out there.
Yeah. Now, tell me, what do you like the most about acting?
Oh, what do I like the most about? I mean, uh, being in a different world. I think it sounds quite weird, but I really enjoy that. It's like there's just endless possibilities. You could do anything you want with a script, and your character can literally, you get given a character, but you can kind of add elements, like whatever elements you want to it.
Yeah.
And it's so exciting. It's like you can just create your own reality in a way. Yeah, I think that's what I love about it, is the freedom. I think that's the word I'm looking for, is the freedom with it. So yeah, and also like all the things that come around it, like the people, you end up meeting loads of people, and being able to sort of be in a really exciting industry, like being on set every day, or like being in a play and rehearsing, and it's just fun, it's I think that's what I really enjoy about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
cool.
gonna think of something a lot more eloquent like an hour later. I'm gonna be like, I should have said that.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, we can have like a. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Now, I have a question here. Let's talk about London theater reviews. I mean, tell me more about it.
Yeah, I really recently joined them. So they were looking for reviewers, and they posted it on their Instagram, and I was like, ooh, I do writing. And I've like written for a couple of magazines. So I was like, why not review some theatre, and it also means it gets me out there watching new stuff, because I would only go to the theatre if I had heard really good reviews about it, because I wouldn't want to part with my like £20 unless I knew it was being well spent.
Yeah.
So the fact that I'm able to, like, with reviewing, I'm able to go and like see stuff, like see loads of different things. Yeah, I thought it was just like, it's just a good idea. But then the problem is, if I do a bad review and then I later on want to be hired by that person, I've shot myself in the foot. So
yeah, that's true.
I've probably not thought this through.
That's true. Yeah.
But
must be hard, isn't it, to kind of give your opinion, but you pretty much, I mean, as you said, I mean, if what you did was kind of a bad review, and if at some point you need something from that person who wrote that, then yeah, it's basically like shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, it really is. I think if I didn't like something, I would either I just wouldn't review it. I'd just be like, I'm just not going to say it, because I'd rather not, because a bad review can really, I know it would absolutely destroy me if someone attacked me in a review. So I would never want to do that to someone else, but also that's kind of the reviewer's job, is to say what's good and bad. So I also realized how, like, it's obvious, but how subjective it is. So if I'm depending on what mood I'm in or what's happened in my life, I go and see a play and I either relate to it or I don't, or it makes me happier or makes me sadder or whatever. It's so subjective to what's going on in my own life that I've now realized, if you get a bad review and it's kind of a one-off, it's probably just to do with them and like what's going on with them, rather than it actually being to do. It's kind of
it's kind of tricky. Yeah. It's tricky.
So it was quite eye-opening to be like, well, not all bad reviews are technically say that a show's bad. It could just be because of circumstance.
There you go. And what are some of the things that you think it's important for a play to be a good one?
For a play to be, I think maybe I'd say the key thing is that everyone working on the play absolutely 100% is in it, like loves it, because you can really tell if you're watching an actor and they're not really into it or like committed.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell it's a bit like, oh no, they just don't want to be here, and it takes you out of the world a bit. So yeah, I think if everyone really, really loves it, and also to make sure that that you're generous with the audience, that there's never a moment where, you know, you're so wrapped up in the scene, you kind of like forget about the audience. Because, I mean, with theatre, you have to be so big, your voice has to carry, you have to just be very grandiose. And sometimes if you fall into that kind of trap of just being stuck in the scene and not thinking about the audience, that can also be quite dangerous. So you have to find that perfect balance. So it's definitely, yeah, it's a real craft. And I think that's why a lot of actors who work in film love to come back to theatre, because it's such a great challenge to sort of, tread that line.
Yeah, and I think like the whole connection, right? That you that you are able kind of to connect with the audience, you know?
Yeah.
Like, when you have that moment, then pretty much you have that once you have that connection, I mean, I think things will go like a lot more smoother, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely it does. Yeah. It's all about the connection.
Totally. And if you could describe your career at the moment in a play, what would be the title for that one?
Confused but okay with it. I actually quite like that as the title of it.
That's good. That's good, actually. I mean, if at some point you write a play, you already have a title going here. It's catchy and it's interesting. You know, it will make the people be like, wait, she's confused, but she's okay. But about what is confused? I need to see it. There you go.
The confusion of seeing the confused play.
There you go. I mean, it's a win-win here. I mean, definitely.
Totally is. I've actually to plug myself, have written a play. It's my first play that I wrote, and that was crazy. That was like, I never thought that I would do sort of writing and stuff like that. I thought it was always just going to be acting, but that was really good. I guess it was clearly just pandemic boredom. Ended up, you know.
But that's good. I mean, you discovered that, so. Yeah,
definitely. No, I looked at some of the comments. I don't live in a city or anything. How can I watch it otherwise? I don't know. I think we're going to film it, and I think once we're done with like all the runs, we might put it out. But I don't know. We want to make a film of it, which cool. It would be really cool. But film is expensive.
Yeah. We
kind of figured out it would cost like $4,000 to make a 10-minute film.
Also, in your Instagram page, you were the winner of Start Now Rising Star. Tell me about that.
Yeah, that was really cool. I just basically saw that they were like doing the Star Now Rising Star kind of competition, and I was like, why not? Let's go for it. I just had to send in like 5 minutes of acting. So I put together like a new show reel and just showed like lots of the recent stuff. Yeah. And I got it. So that was really, really nice. I think it's the first award I've won in terms of acting.
That's cool.
Which was really nice. So yeah, it definitely gave me an ego boost.
Yeah, of course, always. Yeah. And did they give you like a trophy or something, or?
No, they gave us money, which was pretty good, and a feature on their page. Yeah, you can't beat that. Yeah, and we got like a feature on the blog, and that was really cool. So, and they've got like some contacts in like, you know, American agencies and Australian agencies.
Yeah.
So hopefully, you know, if America opens the borders to us at some point, because we're still totally banned, then maybe I can try and schmooze one of their agencies.
Now, what what would be, or like, what are some of the highlight moments of your career that you had at the moment? The ones that you treasure the most?
The highlights. I mean, I definitely say that Trust is a highlight. Because that's like, I think the first sort of like big budget thing that I've really properly been on. Purgatory was quite good budget as well, so that was good. And I guess also like Trust is Amazon Prime, so you can't. That's a good name to be attached to. A massive highlight is the play as well as doing the writing and performing it. I think because it was never something I thought I'd have the courage or the creativity to do. So the fact that I've been able to do it and kind of pull it off has made me feel like that's been my highlight, to be able to do that. So yeah, I definitely think that's been such a big part of my life, and has been the thing that has just really, really excited me in terms of in terms of career, and like, you know, the parts that you love about your job. That's been the thing that has like made me feel so driven and so kind of like, I really want this to be good. Yeah. So yeah, that felt good.
There you go.
Yeah.
Preach. For sure.
Preach.
Well, what can I say, Bibi? I mean, you are definitely an amazing, talented actress. I can't wait for you to see. I mean, I can wait to see more of your awesome work, and also to win an Oscar or an Emmy or just an award. I mean, just to keep growing. Because I mean, if someone is very talented and passionate of what you do, of this acting business, for sure it's you. So I definitely look forward, and I like to see more. Keep being that awesome, funny person, because the world needs people like that. Yeah.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah. And
I just want to see. I want to see one of the live DJ sets. That's all I'm here for.
I will send you. I will send you one later on. I promise. You can kind of.
Good. I hope so.
Sure. But in the meantime, thank you so much for being here. I mean, it was really a pleasure here. I look forward for another interview to talk about any other kind of topic. I mean, we can clearly talk about any kind of topic. So I look forward for any other one available. And before I send you off, you know what is going to happen. So here we go.
Oh, please, no autographs.
Right? So,
oh my god, the best sound ever.
So keep having an amazing rest of the evening for you, an amazing rest of the week, and also thank you so much for those who tune in and those who are listening this later on the podcast or watching on the YouTube video later. Make sure that you're following Bibi on all of her social media. Normally, what I would say is for put pause here for a while, follow her, leave a lot of likes right now, share some content here as well to, you know, promote talent, of course, and then come back here. And again, Bibi, thank you so much. I wish you the best, and I'll be seeing you on the next one then.
Yeah, thank you. See you.
Have a good one. Bye.